Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. I had a rule about playing The View on this show.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard to not watch clips of The View now. It's so hard to turn it away. It's so hard to not watch them not handle this whole situation well, because they are not handling this situation well. Is it Alyssa Farah something?
Alyssa Farah Griffin?
Griffin. Didn't she work with Trump?
Yeah, she was part of the administration.
She said some cogent things before, and I've seen Whoopi. Okay, confession time. I don't mind Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, I don't mind her as Guinan, but I don't like her on The View so much.
Well, I don't think it's her best work.
Agreed.
But I know how you feel about The View. Did you show your wife that video yet?
I haven't talked to her
I'm
about
sending it to her in the break.
You should probably not.
Ryan Wiggins talking about how he gets turned on by The View is one of the weirdest but funniest things that I've watched many times since that video was
I did
created.
not come right and say it that way.
I did.
It was much more humorous.
Go on.
I was talking about how I was just watching it for research. And then I did the eyebrows up and down
Yes,
real
the
fast.
proverbial articles, if you will. I don't know. I think that, I feel like Whoopi Goldberg is more, I don't feel like she's filled with hate. Like Joy Behar,
Yeah.
I don't know what purpose she serves on this planet other than to spew hate.
Yeah, she is a hateful person.
She's so awful.
Yet, here, eye candy.
Part 2. Sunny Hostin too. Like Joy, how do you typecast on the same show? You don't need a Joy and a Sunny. Their names are Joy and Sunny.
Mm-hmm.
Sunny Joy. Joy Sunny.
Whoopi.
Whoopi. I think I'm starting to get it now. How did we miss this?
And Anna.
Yeah. Which one of these is not like the other? These people have lies for names. But I mean, to Whoopi's point, I often think that Whoopi Goldberg says what she thinks what she says. I respect that. I would say the same for Joy and Sunny, except for they just hate. They don't appear to be thinking. They're just hating. And then they end up going off and saying ridiculous things that every once in a while they end up having to get checked on it. And then I don't know if you've seen this video. We're going to share it on our YouTube. But listen to Sunny Hostin have to read this legal disclaimer after defaming Matt Gaetz.
Okay.
Wait, I mean, if you the look in her eyes, she doesn't even have her eyes all the way open. You can tell that she's vomiting in her mouth when she has to go through and read this legal statement. And the funny thing is I've seen multiple of these lately. They've had to issue corrections. And Whoopi Goldberg is, I guess she's maybe the host of the show or whatever. She's the one who usually takes them into the segment and sends them out of the segment. And she says so many things without saying so many words.
On screen. Sonny, you have a legal note.
I do have a legal note. Thank you, Whoopi. Matt Gaetz has long denied all allegations, calling the claims, quote, invented, and saying in a statement to ABC News that this false smear following a 3-year criminal investigation should be viewed with great skepticism, that DOJ investigation was closed with no charges being brought.
We'll be right back.
That was great. Give them credit.
How do you not tune into this stuff right now?
That was great.
The highest rated show they've ever had was the day after the election. Isn't that right?
Maybe. I haven't seen that.
Oh, my gosh. If that's true, that's really funny.
All I saw on Twitter the day after the election, and the irony of the situation was I was going on Twitter to find out the same thing. Everyone was like, what time does The View start? Nobody knows. At least in my X feed, that I understand I have a curated feed of people who I'm willing to consume information for. There's a lean to that feed. But everybody knows the stupid stuff that The View says all the time because they're on X. But nobody knew what time to tune into the show.
Yeah, because nobody's watching it.
None of those people, at least, are sitting down to watch The View.
That's so funny because the next day, we got here, and I think we were probably a little bit later than usual. We were up really late. Although, no, I had planned on coming in late and just got up at the same time. So I was here at the same time, and everybody around our office was like, you guys going to tune into The View today? And it was just part of the conversation. Everybody was saying it.
The Variety magazine, Michael Schneider writes an article. The election results weighed heavily last week on The View hosts and perhaps its viewers as well, as they tuned in en masse to give the daytime talker its best week-long ratings in more than 3.5 years. According to ABC analysts' analysis of Nielsen data, The View averaged 3.078 million viewers during the week of November 4th, making it the tops among daytime broadcast, network talk, and news shows. Specifically, on Wednesday, November 6th, the day after the election, The View attracted 4.47 million viewers, which made it the show's most watched episode since Barbara Walters' farewell episode in 2014. There's Barbara Walters, and then there's we got to see what they're doing today.
Gosh, that's amazing. You know what else is amazing about that? When Barbara Walters left TV, a lot of people were watching TV.
That's true. Totally
Now,
different climate.
You have to seek out somewhere that I couldn't even watch that at home. I had to come in here to see it because we have live TV here. There are way more people tuning into that than even Barbara Walters when you consider the difference of how people consume TV.
I saw somebody tweeted, there's Joe Concha. It's always Joe Concha. Why are you not following Joe Concha on X? At Joe Concha TV, I believe. MSNBC's election night ratings, I think it was specifically dominated CNN's ratings. And there were like MSNBC people like boasting, and Joe Concha's like, if they only knew.
It's true, though.
It was us. We were the ones who were tuning in.
It's 100% true.
I watched on YouTube. Now, I like watching YouTube. YouTube understands me. I get it. Google, I get it. I understand the trouble I'm in. But we watch a lot of YouTube at home. And YouTube serves you stuff up, and I like that because I often will find things that maybe I wouldn't find if I were just searching the usual suspects.
The multiverse.
Sure. It had I think it was 24 minutes and 5 seconds. I'm going to find this and tweet it out because I'll be able to look in my YouTube history. I watched the entire 24-minute video. When I'm looking for videos on YouTube, I'm like 3 minutes tops. That's how much time I'll give it to you on something specifically. And it was 24 minutes of all of MSNBC's election night coverage. It was just shrunk into 24 minutes. And this one guy, and man, I hate to admit this on the air, but Ryan, he reminded me of you. He's just in this like lower corner of the thing, and they're just cutting boom, boom, boom. You know, Vermont goes to Kamala Harris, and it's Rachel Maddow running through the first half of the election results. And then all of a sudden, Rachel Maddow's gone, and Jen Psaki is in there. I'm like, did she quit? Did she give up? But Jen Psaki gets to announce that Donald Trump wins Wisconsin and therefore the presidency. And then the way she ushers in the news that Donald Trump has won re-election is to list basically all of the things that have been accusations towards Donald Trump. They're like, yeah, you guys chose that guy. Wow. It was glorious. I hadn't seen it. And watching the meltdown from these people occur with, who's the guy? Michael Steele. He used to be in charge of the Republican Party.
He's there?
Yes.
Oh, gosh. Thank you that these people are gone.
And I'm just going to say it this way. As the night progressed, the guests get weirder.
Nobody wants to get on that ship.
Well, you'd think that you'd want to be later in the evening because that's when the results would be. So if you're getting slated, you don't want to be in the 7 o'clock Eastern hour. Nothing's happened then.
Unless you're losing. Then you're going to be like, I think I'm going to go home.
On this break, I'm going to go onto YouTube, find the video I watched, and I'll tweet out, I will post on X the link to this YouTube video. Because if you've got half an hour, instead of watching some sitcom, watch this and be filled with sunny joy. We'll be right back. Don't go away.